RCE, la ràdio catalana de la cultura i l'esport.
Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. The sun is shining, come on, get happy. The Lord is waiting to take your hand. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. We're going to the promised land. We're heading across the river, wash your sins away in the tide. It's all so peaceful on the other side. Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. Chase your cares away. Hallelujah, get happy before the judgment day. The sun is shining, come on, get happy. The Lord is waiting to take your hand. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. We're gonna be going to the promised land. We're heading across the river, wash your sins away in the tide. It's quiet and peaceful on the other side. Forget your troubles, get happy, your cares fly away. Shout hallelujah, get happy, get ready for your judgment day. Come on, get happy.
One at a time. Like, shoo-sha, come on, get happy. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back home, everyone. Gather around, children. You know what time it is. If it's a few minutes past 11 o'clock on Tuesday, it's time to get lit with here, the But We Your Boy, 106.9 RCE. But I'm not alone here in the studio because the queens behind the Big Sing Musical Improv Festival, or yes, I'm saying that.
You said it right.
Okay,
You did it.
And queens as well of Big, the Barcelona Improv Group are here. In fact, they are here with me. Ella Galt.
Hello.
And Lady Kiva Murphy. Thank you for being here and rocking it with me. But I am not alone, children. And we've got a lot to get to today. Also, I'm going to give a mad shout out and love to Playful Growth BCN and Tulip Art Contest, our two beautiful sponsors here. And we are wrapping up this mid-season, but we've got a lot to get to because the Big Sing is having their Improv Musical Festival from the 27th through the 30th of this month. And we got a lot to talk about because it's going to actually, for those of you who are going to be joining us here and at the festival, it's going to open you up in new ways you didn't even understand, y'all. And they're going to explain a few other things during the news segment as well. So we got a lot to get to anyway. But pitter patter, let's get out. Remember, you can catch all of that information on our beautiful sponsors, Playful Growth BCN, anywhere where good social media is at, as well as Tulip Art Contest and Mrs. Tulip Art Gallery here in Eixample. Shout out to my loves. And check me out at the Club with Lucas on Instagram, the Club W Lucas, while we're still on Twitter, soon to be Threads when they let us on in Europe. And it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. We know it.
That's why I couldn't download it.
Exactly. You know, the U.S. Americans. We just want to help. And again, the devil makes me say these things. But then you can also catch us on rce.cat, catch the jams live all over Catalonia on 106.9 FM, and watch us with your peepholes right here at our YouTube station at RCE 106.9 FM. Okay, let's get to a little bit of news before we get to some clues. You can some tunes before the news. That's what we want to do. Janelle Monáe, okay, every few weeks she is throwing down a new video that is softcore porn for women. POV, and it's actually beautiful. This one is called Water Slide, and you can check out the video anywhere where good videos are streamed, but here you're going to catch it because nobody else is playing it in Barcelona, but we are, and this is Janelle Monáe, 106.9 FM, Water Slide. We'll be back with some news in 2.5 minutes.
If I could fuck me right here, right now, I would do that. Looking in the mirror at me, my God, like who that? Feeling myself, wanna play in it. Splash, make a wave in it. I could spend the whole day in it. water feels fine. I'm feeling this high vibration, slipping down the water slide. Now it's time for me to freestyle, surfing on the plane like it's sight time. Let me see deep stroke, butterfly, lazy river running down the water slide. I'm holding my breath with my eyes closed. I can swim solo, feeling all around for the right spot, playing Marco Polo. All the girls wanna play in it, boys wanna lay in it, but I'ma spend the day in it and take a real cute photo. Baby, dive in, the water feels fine. I'm feeling this high vibration, slipping down the water slide. Now it's time for me to freestyle, surfing on the plane like it's sight time. Let me see deep stroke, butterfly, lazy river running down the water slide. Backstroke, freestyle, surfing on the plane like it's sight time. Let me see deep stroke, butterfly, lazy river running down the water slide. Baby, dive in, the water feels fine. Feeling this high vibration, slipping down the water slide. Stroke, 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 stroke.
Hey guys, it's Lucas. We all need to reduce our stress, enhance our creative sides, and get back to cultivating some joy in our worlds. Playful Growth BCN is here to help you, applying science-backed protocols and multisensorial techniques with elite coaching and expressive arts. They work with you to improve your physical and mental well-being and create sustainable conditions for a more playful life. Their evidence-based approach ensures effectiveness, while expert coaching provides personalized guidance and support, encourages self-expression and discovery with guided workshops and one-to-one coaching sessions. So come on, do yourself a favor today. Get clued up at Playful Growth, where science and soul meet play for a happier, healthier you. Follow them on social media, Playful Growth BCN and playfulgrowth.com. That's right, Playful Growth BCN. And folks, shout out to James McCauley. Now, we are 5 days away from D-Day. Yes. D-Day is coming, children. Already hundreds of thousands of votes have been mailed in and returned, although reports this morning, literally at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, indicate that about 2 million registered voters never received their ballots by mail, and Correos has less than 2 days left to accomplish that feat. Fun. Remember, this is the first time Spain has offered this system. It should be noted that we have had no previous determination about how mail votes here are going to sway. So what we do know is we can base it on other democratic countries. Anocracies for everyone. But in those countries, it tends to benefit the left in modern times, whereas years ago, it really did benefit the right because older folks would vote through the mail and things of that nature. We shall see after, I believe the voting in that realm is going to be closed by the weekend. So you have to get those votes in, and Correos has 2 days to do the others. Now, when it comes to stats, the elections 2 months ago only netted just over 50% of the voting populace came out to vote. Now, that is exactly why the right and far right had the success that they had, is because, well, based on the other previous election from 2019, 20+% of the people didn't go vote. Here's the thing that we've whittled down. It's going to come down to between 5 and 7% of the voting populace that's going to make or break who's going to win. It's very slim. So as of this morning, one of the lead members of the CIS, and I forget what that acronym stands for, but they're the people who do the categorical statistics for these polls and encuestas, as we say here. And they have actually thrown it back over to a probability that Sanchez and Sumar could actually win with the little parties. Now, everybody else is saying no, but I remember 7 years ago, in fact, it's already been 7 years ago, when everybody said Hillary Clinton was going to win. And that there was no way that, which is now what they're saying, Faisho's going to win, and there's really no way that Sanchez is going to win. So I don't really know. But what I've determined, because I'm a nerd who actually is also a historian and history tutor who had to whittle this down, I've noticed that when there is over 65 or 66% of voting populace, that favors the left consistently in this country. So if that 20% that voted in 2019 come back out, hello, and votes, that is going to be a complete gift to the left. Now, the left being the socialists, Sumad, and all those little bitty parties. Now, one of my sisters here has actually reported an interesting statement that I would like for us to shout out. Lady Ella Galt, would you please tell the good people what you told me and school us a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm part of a group like you, like many of us. I've lived in Barcelona for 12 years, paying taxes without being able to vote on where those taxes go, which sucks, especially when you come from a country like Australia where voting is actually compulsory.
Yeah.
So for the first time in my life, I'm not able to vote. But just this year with the municipal elections, someone alerted me to Hija de Migrantes, or Votar es un Derecho. There's 2 websites there that you can check out where people who either can't be bothered voting or don't want to vote or for ethical reasons of their own want to abstain from voting can actually give their vote to someone else. And they don't do that administratively, they just do it personally. So you can actually put your details into that website. They will pair you, and this is what happened to me in the municipal elections. I just got an email from this lovely girl who lives in Villa Piscina, and she said, you can either come with me and we can vote together, or tell me how you want to go and vote. And she went for me because I couldn't go because I was at work. She voted for me. She sent me a ticket of my ballot card, and I cried because it was the first time in 12 years that I've been able to vote here. So that is my plan for this week. And if you don't want to vote, please go to the website and give your vote to someone else. And if you do want to vote, yeah, you can go to hijademigrantes.com, and you can also go to votaresunderecho.es. I think there's a few other groups that are doing it, but that's the one that I used, and we could vote. Oh yeah, I know.
Now, folks. So you've got that hijademigrantes.com,
.com. Yeah.
And then votaresunderecho.es. So Children of the Corn, there you go. Let's see, there was a lot of people that voted in abstention because of that. If you're signed up with these, obviously these websites, we can change that. After an interview on national TV this week, Faisho continued. Thank you so much, Ella.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Let's do it.
I'm chirping balls gacho. After an interview on national TV this weekend, Faisho continued to step in it with his obvious lies that he stayed on, inconsistencies and foible. So many on the center left since yesterday are using that as fodder to prove how unprepared not only Faisho, but Pepe, who's going to have to more than likely rule with Vox, are not prepared to lead this country. Not to mention the disgraced ousting that just happened 5 years ago when they were literally voted out of commission because of all of the brown bagging that was going on. I don't know if anyone remembers Baracenas or who is Emra Hoy. We'll never know where that money went to. So anyway, children, get out and vote. Okay, now over in the UK... Sorry, I'm only
pause for dramatic effect.
Water break in the UK. ...
Things couldn't get any better. I just got a new follower who said, I agree with you, love it. Over in the UK, Wimbledon brought together a bastion of tennis lovers, celebrities, and pros to watch young ingenues rule the days. The new king and queen were Spain's very own 20-year-old Carlos Alcaraz and Czech Queen Markéta Vondrousová, who is 24 years old, and they celebrated their win last night at a huge gala dinner in their honor. Here in the Mediterranean, we are still undergoing a beautiful, stifling heat wave that has killed many already throughout Spain and Catalonia, but specifically over in Italy and Greece. It looks to continue to be a hellish factor. However, here in Barcelona, we will be getting a bit of a respite come Thursday. Okay, so there will be a breakdown, but today and tomorrow are supposed to be the hottest days, at least within the heat index of the year.
Take care.
So take care, drink your water, stay in the shade, stay out. Specifically, they recommend during the hot days of the hot day, well, the DAZE of the day, because more than likely, between 2 and 6, it's hellish out there, and the heat index is going to get between 36 and 38 here in Barcelona between today and tomorrow. So please keep that in mind, and like I said, the respite. Okay. Let's get over to something else because I want to give a mad shout out and more love to somebody else who is our other sponsor, Tulip Art Contest. The Tulip Art Contest applies the rules of all arts where any modality of art is celebrated except AI. The Tulip Art Contest is a now annual international competition for artists open to anyone of any age from any country around the world. All kinds of artwork is allowed as well into this contest, from drawings, paintings, sculptures, photographs, NFTs, again, everything except AI. The contest has been designed to empower and project artists worldwide, giving them visibility and recognition internationally, and they already have. In fact, two of them are going to be joining us next week. Shout out Aaron Santos Rockman and Agustina Droz. They were, I believe, placers 1 and 3, respectively, and they will be kicking it with us in our final show next week. Artists, listen up. 2024 submissions are happening right now. You have the opportunity to win several cash prizes, and I do mean cash prizes, children. Have your works exhibited in Mrs. Tulip Art Gallery here in Barcelona's Eixample Barrio. The thing is, all these artists go on to then get all this work displayed in other, mostly around Europe, in other international galleries as well. So we've got to celebrate the winners. They're going to be showing a little bit of love out with us, but we're probably going to do Martinelli because I believe one of them is a teetotaler, and we love that because my family is too. I'm not, but it's going to be early in the morning, so we're not going to be drinking, but we're going to be celebrating our mid-season replacement. So I want to give a mad shout out. Remember, you can get all that information as well at Tulip Art Contest. All right, a little bit of music, and then we're going to come back with my queens. Who do we have lined up, Lucas? Oh, Dolly Parton is releasing her first rock and roll record ever in her 50-plus career, and she is she's joining forces with a slate of amazing people. Now, this one I had to play because I grew up loving Heart, and Ann and Nancy Wilson make me... Well, I'm not going to say that, but Ann and Nancy Wilson make me very happy. And they're playing with Dolly Parton. In fact, Dolly Parton has featured Ann Wilson in this version of Magic Man, and you get to hear it right now on RCE in the Club with Lucas. We'll be right back in a few minutes, guys.
So strong, you know. Pretty man came to me. I never seen her so blue. You know, I could not run away. It seemed we seen each other in a dream. It seemed like he knew me. He looked right through me. Yeah. Come on home, girl, he said with a smile. You don't have to love me yet, just get high a while. Try to understand. I'm a magic man.
Winter nights we sang in tune, played inside the months of moon. Never thinking never, let the spell last forever. Summer lover past the fall, tried to realize it all. Mama says she's worried, you're growing up in a hurry. Oh yeah.
Come on home, girl. Mama cried on the phone. Too soon to lose my baby yet. My girl should be at home. But try to understand. Try to understand. Try to understand. He's a magic man. Mama.
We got magic hands.
Come on home, girl, he said with a smile. I catch my spell of loving you, a woman from a child.
But try to understand.
Try to understand.
Try to understand.
Try to understand. He's a magic man. Magic man. A magic man with alluring eyes changed the course of my young life.
He was a magic man.
Wow. You heard that? Those are two 70-year-old women rocking out like what? And you would never know. By the way, there was also an extra new verse and guitar riff in there that Anne threw in there. So part of the people. That album will be coming out later in the summer. My queens are here. Folks, the Big Sing Musical Improv Festival is going on. It's kicking off from the 27th through the 30th it's going to be at the...
Calabria 66
There we
Theater.
go.
Yeah.
Calabria 66 Theater. Thank you very much. And Ella, Kiva, thank you for being here.
Thanks for
Hi.
having us back.
We're back.
They're back on the attack. Now, let's tell everybody where this is coming from because this is... I don't think this just popped off. I think you've been planning and marinating this for a hot minute.
Yeah.
So what brought the Big Sing? And you can actually get some more information on this at thebigsing.es, everybody. But what brought this about, please? Let's talk about that.
Well, we travel internationally to a lot of improv festivals. And basically, for someone who loves improv, it's just a place where all the best and brightest improvisers meet. They put on a week of incredible shows, workshops, kind of like all the greatest minds in improv meet there. And we thought we want to have our own one here in Barcelona because it's lovely to share the city. But not only that, we want to make ours more niche and more musical. And we didn't know of a musical improv festival that existed in Europe that was an international festival. So we decided to make ours a musical one.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. When we say international festival, are we also talking about there will be different languages involved in this? Or
There's
is
a
it
lot
gonna
of different people coming from a lot of different countries, but it's
Okay.
all going to be in English. So it's all the songs will be created in English. Workshops are in English, but then people are coming from everywhere.
We've got people coming from the States, from the UK, from Norway, from Denmark, from
Amsterdam.
Poland, from Amsterdam. I'm probably forgetting one.
England, from UK.
UK, and we've also got all of our wonderful students and performers here who come from all over the world as well. So very exciting.
So when we say musical, what exactly are we going to be featuring?
It means they're improv shows, which means they're completely made up on the spot, but they are just like a Broadway musical that you might go and see. So there's singing, there's dancing, there's acting scenes, there's hilarious comedy skits, and the fact that they're making up these songs on the spot is really quite hilarious and extraordinary because basically the players will just be doing a scene in their play, in their musical. The pianist will start playing a song that they've never played before, and suddenly 5 people on stage will break into song and create verses and choruses and lyrics and licks and all kinds of things in the moment.
Okay, so how can people get a hold of this? Because this is not easy to do.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's-
Kiva, where can
it's
they
not-
find us?
They can find it on the website. Hi, you're back. Which is thebigsing.es, like Lucas said before, but also on Instagram, which is the same, at thebigsing.es, and also Facebook, and also our website. It's all the same.
How does one prepare for this?
I mean, I'm a really good example because musical improv was not my world. Improv, absolutely, totally live and breathe and embody it completely. But then musical improv for me was terrifying. It's like, how can you create a song on the spot when you don't even know the melody or the song or what you're singing about or the harmonies? But you learn. So you can either take these workshops with these amazing, like, top-end teachers from around the world, and they teach you how to do it. And then it starts to become really, really addictive. And then you make up a song about everything you do at all times.
Yeah. And for me, like, I came from a musical theater background before I discovered
Okay.
improv. So the second I realized you could do a musical that was also improv, it was like my happy place. So a lot of the people who are coming to the festival, that's the case for them too.
What was there a time when you were little girls that you just said, "Oh hell yes, this idea or this love for musical theater"? Because I love theater, but I've never been a big musicals fan, and I'm a gay man, and that's weird, because my people. So, what was it that drew you to that?
For me, it's
Yeah.
like just
It's just-
spectacle.
It's
the
so
joy.
It's so joyous. That is the word.
And also like the passion and the commitment that you have to commit yourself to that fully. Like, yes, musicals are ridiculous because people are just talking and then suddenly they're singing and dancing. And the fact that you have to have so much commitment to dedicate yourself to that and to like throw yourself in wholeheartedly, that I just find that very moving and affecting.
yeah.
Well, then I have another question. Do you find that easier for... Okay, I'll split that question into two. Do you find it easier for women to get more musically into the groove, to grow Madonna, than guys? And with improv, is it more women? I'm just wondering if there's more of an...
No, I don't think so. I think if you look
Okay.
across our board, even between our students, it's pretty much 50-50. Out of the people who are coming to the Big Sing, coming to watch or perform, also pretty much 50-50. Because I think you just heighten up something to a point where you can only sing about it. There's so much emotion that it doesn't seem to go more masculine or feminine. It's just like pure heightened emotion where all that's left is to sing about it.
In
You
musical
got nowhere else to
theory,
go.
we say when words are not enough, you sing, and when singing is not enough, you dance.
Okay.
And it feels amazing afterwards. I mean, you feel like an absolute legend when you've made up a song on the spot and the whole group has followed you. You've created a chorus and a choreography.
Maybe the audience is singing
And the
along with
choreography.
you.
Oh, yeah. And the harmony and the playing and
Yeah.
Okay, and so are there people in the audience watching and the people doing this, or is everybody just doing this together?
No, there's
it's
an
a
audience.
Show, yeah, the
Yeah.
audience comes and they don't know what musical they're going to see, but they know that they're going to see a musical. And in the case of the Big Sing, we actually have 4 shows per night, and each show is going to be slightly different. So you might see, you might see a show that is some short form games with musical songs. You might see a full musical from a group. We have a group coming with from Copenhagen who do it with a guitar, and then we also have a few classes each day where they're going to perform what they've learned in the class. So you're going to see an entirely rapped show, RAP, Rhythm and Poetry. Thank you to our teacher, Larry Dorsey Jr., who's going to bring that over to us. You're going to see a monoscene show where the characters are always in the same room and in the same space and never have any jumps. You're going to see a sound painting show where a director actually conducts the musicians, the singers, and the players with a sign language. So each show is 4 shows a night. Each night is 4 shows a night, and each show is different. So for one ticket, you are getting a very big chock-a-block, as we say in Australia, night of entertainment.
And again, those tickets can be found on bigsing.es
Yes.
or .es. And of course, all through the week, we're going to be putting out lots of little social media snippets, and we're going to have links that go all the way to that. Now, how can we use this? How can people use this as some form of therapy? Because it's got to be a release when you're letting go, doing music, doing improv, and getting into a second skin, so to speak.
Yeah, I think it's hugely cathartic in terms of just getting things completely out there because it's so extreme that you can't be thinking about anything else. You are completely in the moment, vibing with the other people on stage, vibing with the musicians. So you're like, okay, we're all connected. This lovely like symbiosis between you all. So it feels amazing afterwards. But also, I just think you're using so many parts of your brain that you're having this great feeling of it's all out there. And you get this wonderful feedback. I mean, you've created a song that now exists in the world. So afterwards, there's a bit of a come down, but then you have this feeling of like, I let it all out there.
Yeah.
I
We
would-
we like to say too that improv is not therapy, but it can be therapeutic.
Yeah.
There's a little caveat so you know what you're bringing to class too. But for the audience as well, it's just a great laugh. And I think improv shows, and especially improv musical shows, are just so joyful, and they are sincerely joyful and sincerely funny in a way that is very human, because you're watching mistakes happen on stage. You're watching the players deal with them really cleverly, and you're getting really genuine surprises. And in this festival, you know, we might have 180 people in the audience who are all getting surprised at the same time of what happens in that moment. So in terms of the audience experience, it's going to be very, cathartic,
Epic.
and I think like human and really special. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to. That's an Insta clip. That's an Insta clip. But I do want to throw. We're going to throw on one quick song right now, and then we're going to come back because I have some few questions on some other things that we're going to be the facts and dates and things like that of that nature.
Yep.
But also some of the other things that Big does with Big Sing Musical Festival, but also Big in general.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of a
We are
brush up on that.
busy.
Oh my God! Now I dropped by there a couple of weeks ago, and the entire board was full as.
Yeah.
And I want to know too. Well, I'll ask you when we get back. But is there going to be classes? Are there going to be classes going on throughout the summer, like July, August, September?
Yeah, we're not stopping.
Shit.
Yeah,
Okay, you know who
yeah.
else isn't stopping? Sophie B. Hawkins isn't stopping. I don't know if anybody remembers who Sophie B. Hawkins is, but she had a huge hit in 1992 and 3 with "Damn, I Wish I Was Your Lover," and she had a lot of independent, indie alternative hits throughout the years there as well. But she's been gone for a while, and she just released a new album and record, and I love, love, love this new single. It's called "Better Off Without You." This is Sophie B. Hawkins. We'll be back in about 3.5 minutes with ladies Ella and Kiva.
my best friend to bed. You got what you planned for, but honey, I got so much more. I'm better off without you. I'm really doing fine. My whole life was about you, and now I'm finding mine. You scare me to lose you. I thought you were my best part, but I'm better off without you. I hope you heal your I'm in my stride. I got my pride. I'm better off without you. I'm really doing fine. My whole life was about you, and now I'm finding mine. I'm better off without you. I'm really feeling good, and now the truth about you is hurting like it should. It's scary to lose you. I thought you were my best part, but I'm better off without you. I hope you heal your heart. You lied to my face.
Hell yeah, you can always Shazam that shit. That was Sophie B. Hawkins and Better Off Without You. But I am better off with Lady Kiva and Ella here. Now, I want to talk about something because the Barcelona Improv Group, on top of performing and producing this huge musical improv festival that's going to be happening at the end of the month, you guys do a lot of different shows and and presentations consistently. And as Lady K just said before the music break, we ain't swamping. You might slow it down a
We're
little
slowing.
bit.
We're slowing a little.
Slow it down a little bit.
But you keep that rhythm going. So what are some of the things that BIG also offers in way of that, please?
I mean, so every Sunday we have a drop-in workshop. So it's a really cool place. If you've never ever done improv, or if you're like here and you're traveling and you want to do some improv, come 5 till 7 on a Sunday, come take a workshop. You don't need any experience. Come, it's €10 and give it a go. So that will go on through the whole summer. And then towards the end of the summer, we're going to have an improv retreat where we all go away. We've got a big masia up in the mountains somewhere. Can't remember where. It's beautiful though. And we're going to go and chill out and eat some good food and do some improv and just be in greenery and just kind of get out of the smoky city for 2 days. So that is going to be really nice.
And when is that going to be?
The 1st to the 3rd of September for the weekend.
Yeah, and then September we back to our regular programming, which is 12-week courses for everyone from beginners to experts, and we have 9 new courses starting in September, so still breaking our own records there. And then, of course, on the entertainment side, we've got shows every single Saturday now, which has been a big leap for us. So we have cast shows twice a month. We got right now we've got an improvised Jane Austen play novel with a dark gothic twist. We've got Writer's Room where the audience helps us to write a streaming hit. We're not on strike because it's improv. What else? We got the improvised musical, and we've got a show coming up this Saturday, the last show of our season that people can catch. Spill the Tea, where people come and write their confessions and juicy gossip anonymously on pieces of paper, and we read it out for all to hear, and then we make comedy scenes about it. So that's a fun one to come to. I think you'd be good at that. You've always got some goss. Just get it down there on the paper.
Spill the
You
tea.
mean my life is boring.
Yeah.
Oh, my nerves.
So yeah, we're going to slow a little bit over August, but people can still come to the Sunday drop-ins, and then we'll be back in September with the
Brilliant.
full programming.
After the getaway.
After the getaway.
In the Masia.
The getaway is
Alright.
going to spiral it all up again.
Now, how many spots are for the getaway by chance?
Like
I'm curious.
44.
Madonna, you're talking to
That's an
Macia
arbitrary
de
number.
She
Sa-
just made that up now.
No, we got spots for 60, but I think we'll probably cap it around 40. Last year we did 20, 25. But it's beautiful. It's a cool place. We do some improv. We chill out.
is in Girona.
I can't remember.
I think it's near Girona.
Is it? Yeah.
We make
Girona
decisions
province.
and then we go done and then we put it away for 2 months. So
It's done. It's paid for, but I can't remember where it is. But it's beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
And people can spend the night there?
It's 2
Yeah.
nights. Yeah. So we'll go on the Friday, come back on the Sunday.
we'll be doing that kind of stuff more regularly. Like this Sunday, we've got our community picnic in the park where we have a picnic together and we play games. We'll be doing more retreats over the winter as well this year. So we're always looking for opportunities to just make fun social events because improvisers are the nicest people and they're
Yeah.
great when they hang out together.
You know what?
Yeah.
What is some of the creative process that goes behind doing this? The production element of everything that you create there is nothing to be scoffed at. What is that? What is that fuels that creative process for you?
So I can give you an example of the last show that we just made, which is, an improvised Jane Austen play with a dark gothic twist. It's called They All Die at the End. And we've been doing all different, spoiler. We put the spoiler on the poster.
On the title.
But you don't know how and you don't know when. When
But
at the end.
they're all going to die at the end.
So with that show, we were thinking, we've got like some very funny, fast shows. We've got this musical show. We would really love a show where we get to play one character for the whole play and make it more like an improvised play with costumes. We've got period costumes that are amazing. We've got a soundtrack. We've got a smoke machine. And we make it really like an experience of going to the theater and watching a play. And it's very farcical and very funny. But that was a 3-month process of kind of brainstorming, everyone in the cast writing down what they wanted in our next show. And then, we didn't know what we were going to make when we started out, but we sort of whittle that down to, do we all want to play the same character? Is it going to go in order, time-wise? What will the twist be? How will it be staged? And just like any other theatre making process, we end up with a result that we didn't know we were going to get when we started out, but that everyone's super excited to play with for the next season.
It's interesting because the song, well, one of them, you had a slate of them. I'm sorry we couldn't get them all in. That was "Get Happy" that we started the show with.
Yeah.
And then we both kept mentioning joy, and I can kind of feel that coming off here. What is the vibe that people get when they come to a big sing festival thing or a big improv class?
I think it's just a freedom, right, to be who you are. So like Ella just said when we made this show that it's a bit more kind of dark and gothic and twisted, and that's a part of who I am. But there's also a part of me that is more absurdist or more raucous or more someone who wants to push the envelope. And there's also the really silly side. So I think what's nice with improv that you never know quite what genre you're going to get, but it's that feeling of like, I can just be myself. I don't have to put on a mask and be a different version of myself. So today I'm feeling a bit more dark and twisted, and that's how my brain is firing. I'm going to let those synapses go that way, and I'm going to lean into it instead of like, I need to be, looking after my P's and Q's. And I think that's why this community is so fun and so welcoming, is because it's like, oh, who are you? Great. You are great the way you are. And so people want to be together and share that. But there's this undercurrent of people want to be there and want to be happy together.
There's
There's
definitely
inclusivity.
shock in the beginning when people first come in because, your work life, you have to be respectable and you kind of have a certain persona. In your family life, maybe you have responsibilities. Like, we have to be quite serious adults. And like in, our current political climate and all of that, for good reason. Like, we should be responsible, careful adults. But we kind of check it at the
Should
door and improv, and people like, oh, so we're going to like roll around the floor and we're gonna sing as worms, and it's like, yep, and it's not for any purpose other than being ridiculous and finding funny, silly fun in that. And for an audience,
And sing
that's-
around as well.
Oh, yeah, man.
for an
real.
audience,
We've got some
for
good
real.
worm
Oh, I
songs.
Yeah.
love it. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
For an audience, that's also super cathartic because they're attending something that is not serious, and that's a relief for them too, that they can come in and be like, look at these 6 adults kind of
Having their
squirming
best
in
time.
choreography, singing in harmony about the life of a worm, and there's something so ridiculous about that that's very joyful.
And it's contagious. You can't watch it and sit back. You're like, okay, they are in this 100%. I will be too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm envisioning this right now. I'm dreamcasting it as well. I'm going to
Yeah.
dreamcast one more song right now, and then we'll be right back with a few more questions, as well as some of the summer events and how we can get the tickets for the big singers. We're going to be throwing that at you all week, Children of the Corn. All right, all week and next week as well. Yeah, as we do, we don't wait till Thursday or Friday for flashbacks and throwbacks. We do them on Tuesday. And just to make you feel young again, it's 30 years since Kim Deal and her sister threw away from one group and formed another one called The Breeders. And they had a wonderful album in 1993. It was the only one they ever released, called Last Splash. And this was a huge hit on a thing that we called, listen around children, MTV. It only exists on Pluto or an app now. But MTV was rocking back in the day. This is 30 years right now of The Breeders and Cannonball. Remember, you can catch the Jams live on 106.9 FM and RCE. Yes, está. Okay, and I don't know what I'm being told, but this is The Breeders' Cannonball. Go.
No, it's
Que
not.
continua.
Okay, I don't understand what's going on, but 3 minutes of okay.
We're going to improvise
We have to improvise.
I
but
could do
if we
Worms
can
the
do one-
musical for 3 minutes.
the entire musical.
Pero por qué? Okay, so wait a minute. So we're gonna do this instead because there's been a break in the system, not on our system though. Don't worry about that. So I'll ask you right now: what is the importance of the unity and the symbiosis that we were talking about just a minute ago? When you don't know anybody, how do you ingratiate yourself? Especially, and I'm gonna throw this back again. Especially if you're a guy, because you know how we
Yeah,
can be.
yeah,
I mean,
you can be
not me,
closed off.
because you know my motherfucking ass, but guys. Especially straight guys. But come on.
apart from that bit, I think the whole foundation, what we talked about last time we were here, of improv, this idea of yes and. So we're gonna make you say yes. At the very first time you ever do improv, we're gonna talk about this idea of yes and. We're like, okay, maybe you're not quite ready to be a worm and be, rolling on the floor making that, but whatever your partner says, you're gonna say yes and you're gonna add to it. So it's not only my idea, which is going to deal with the people who have the big ego, it's all about me. It's like, you have to say yes to whatever Lucas says. I'm going to say yeah, and I'm going to also add this little thing. So it becomes something that we are collaborating and creating together, which is beautiful words, but also really changes people. And we have a lot of people who come to improv maybe a bit closed and a bit, standoffish, and then cut to 6 months later and like, I've quit my job, I've changed house, I've
Wow,
changed
are you
country.
kidding me?
No,
Yeah.
all
This
the
is
time.
the therapy that I'm talking
We have
about.
to put it in
All
the
the-
small text.
Yeah.
Warning may change your life.
Yeah.
No, but I think also, a lot of people don't know what to expect when they come to a class or to a show. And we always say, you've got nothing to worry about. It's all on us to take you through it. It's all about the teacher and the performers guiding you through in a way that feels easy for you and very accessible for you. So at no moment are you sort of like, stand there and be funny or do something funny. We really take people by the hand and take them through step by step. And the people who are the most successful in improv are not, as Kiva said, the big egos, the hilarious ones, the ones cracking jokes. They're actually the people who support, who work as a team, who say yes, who keep that positivity, and who take it step by step rather than steamrolling other people. So that's
It'll
if that's
sneak
you.
up on you, basically.
Steamrolling. That's a perfect segue to cannonballing.
Oh.
Okay, now let's go back 30 years into the future, into the past, and then we'll be right back into the future. This is the Breeders with Cannonball.
On the last splash. I know you, little libertine. I know you're a real song. I'm the last one. I'll be whatever you want. The funk in this reggae sound.
Ah, the Deal Sisters, forever and a day, forever and a day. But we have to start wrapping up around here, and sorry for that little delay from before, Children of the Corn. Now, we already know a little bit of what's on the big agenda, because remember, every Sunday from 5 to 7, you can come in and get a dose of what you need to know. Okay. And also for the 1st through the 3rd, you can also sign up to take part in their Masia getaway. But more importantly is the Big Sing.es, where you can get the tickets. But the Big Sing musical improv festival, which is going to be going on the 27th through the 30th of the month at Teatro
Calabria 66, yeah.
Everybody.
On Gaia Calabria, number
66?
66.
Yeah, it's so
Hold on,
good.
Frank, say you're just missing 1/6 for my Satanist. Hail Satan. Now, how in the world can people get the tickets besides what I've already said? Because can they get them through the big website as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if they go to the big website, it'll redirect them to the Big Sing website.
But
so
again, we're
find
going
them
to throw
there.
that back out. We're also going to be putting this on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter with the links to all the entradas as well. Now, I have to say, a lot is sold out and gone, right?
Yeah. So you gotta get your
But
tickets.
that doesn't stop, because there's also there's spots open for specific niche things. For example, the rhythm and poetry slam is going to be
So
going on.
all of our workshops, we have I think 12 workshops, and they all sold out. Most of them sold out in the first 5 minutes or in the first day. We
Did you
have
feel like Madonna?
Oh my God,
we
it was
felt a little bit
epic.
like Taylor Swift, like Ticketmaster. We were like, oh no. That was very encouraging, obviously.
yeah.
But we have 4 spots left in one workshop. It's on Sunday the 30th, and it's it's called Rap. It's called Rhythm and Poetry. It's with Larry Dorsey Jr., who's coming all the way across from San Francisco, and he's on a world tour at the moment, and he is a master of freestyle rap. So if you want to come along and learn how to freestyle rap in a very friendly, warm, beginner-friendly way, I will say that if you've got any interest, there's a couple of spots left for that workshop on the website.
Hells to the yeah. Folks, remember, you can get all of that information as well at thebigsing.es and Barcelona Improv Group. .com, right? .com on that one. And folks, we're going to wrap it up today. We'll be throwing all of this information with the links as well throughout the next couple of weeks. And girls, thank you so much for being here. I love
Thanks for
wrapping up. As we're
having
wrapping
us.
up this mid-season. Thank you, my loves. So we got a lot more coming up over the next year. Now, we're going to give a mad shout out to, one more time to our sponsors, Playful Growth BCN and Tulip Art Contest. Remember, you can get all that information where all good social media is thrown out. And next week, who's going to be joining us? Yeah, we're going to be joined by the 1st and 3rd place winners as well. Mr. Aaron and Lady Augustina will be joining us with a little bit of goodbye love for the summer. And we're going to tell you to keep it distance, keep it real, keep it love, and keep it improv as well. And we're going to throw a little bit of a sad song, but we have not stopped playing Barbie soundtrack songs. You'll see me there this weekend, kids.
Oh, us too, man.
Okay. I've got my pink out. And someone, my girl Spencer, shout out. And Spencer, I love you. Thank you for this amazing bottle. She has got a wig for me. I'm going to have hair for the first time in 10 years. I don't know
For
what
the
to
Barbie
say.
premiere.
Score.
This is Billie Eilish's new single, Was I Made For? What Was I Made For? You Were Made to Love. And we'll see you next week, guys. Much love.
made for? What was I made for? Taking a drive, I was an ideal, looked so alive. Turns out I'm not real, just something you paid for. What was I made for? 'Cause I don't know how to feel, but I wanna try. I don't know how to feel, but someday I might. Someday I When did it end? All the enjoyment. I'm sad again. Don't tell my boyfriend, it's not what he's made for. What was I made for? 'Cause I don't know how to feel, but I wanna try. I don't know how to feel, but someday I might. Someday I think I forgot how to be happy. Something I'm not, but something I can be. Something I wait for. Something I'm